Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Sure.
Not surprised at all, but as we're going to discuss today, civility is not the right's virtue. And in fact, political antics is the name of the game in today's politics, especially coming from the right. Merrick Garland intends to release special counsel report on Trump's January 6th case, DOJ says, despite Trump doing his best and darndest to keep this from happening. The report is broken into two parts, one being the January 6th case and Trump's interference in the 2020 election, and the volume 2 being the classified documents case in Florida that has two active defendants who have yet to meet their fates.
Developments. What can you tell us about this?
Well, the Justice Department is telling the appeals court, the federal appeals court over Florida, stay out of it. They have a plan. This is the plan that they just outlined. They say the attorney general now has that final report into the two criminal cases against Donald Trump that were brought by the Office of Special Counsel Jack Smith. The plan is that volume 1 of that report, which is about the 2020 election case, they plan to release that both to Congress and the public because it's in the public interest. And then volume 2 about the classified documents case against Trump, the Attorney General Merrick Garland doesn't want to release that publicly because there's ongoing appeals related to Trump's two co-defendants, whether that case could be revived against them and they could still face charges. They don't want to prejudice that. So the plan is that the Attorney General wants to make public what they believe these courts down in Florida have no ability to stop them on, the part about January 6th and the 2020
was not
election.
presiding over that case, that January 6th case.
But what she did yesterday was put a stop to releasing the report outside of the Justice Department in full, both volumes, with an additional 3 days once the appeals court makes a decision here. And the Attorney General, they made it quite clear that we've told you the plan, quote, that should be the end of the matter here. We do have to wait and see exactly what this appeals court does because that order from Judge Cannon is still in place. And there's only 12 days until the end of the...
Let's make this clear. Trump and his loyalists, like Eileen Cannon, the judge over the Florida case, are trying to make sure that you don't remember anything about any of these criminal cases. That's why they're fighting so hard to either not let the trials go through or fighting to keep certain information from being made public. This is not a coincidence. But this ain't new to Trump, man. He's asking the Supreme Court as we speak to block New York's decision to reject his presidential immunity in the hush money sentencing that's supposed to be coming up this Friday. And Biden, I wish this nigga would just go somewhere, man. He still thinks he could have beaten Trump. I don't think nobody else in the whole entire United States thinks that. But hey, it made for newsworthy shit to ask our congressman instead of the important shit, right?
Mr. Leader, I know over the summer you met and had a private conversation with President Biden in the run-up to his decision to exit the 2024 race. In a new interview in USA Today, he says that he believes that he could have beaten President Trump based on the polling. You saw the polling as well. Is the president right?
We're looking forward, not backward.
But was he right? Could he have beat the former president?
Same answer.
But hey, Trump wants to invade Greenland.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Nah, Trump giving run in your trap and take over your trap. But hey, Germany and France say, hey, you better think twice before you mess with Greenland. And Trump never ceases to amaze me. While ruling out military action for Canada, he almost invites it for Panama in the Middle East and even Greenland.
But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. The Panama Canal is a disgrace. They laugh at us because they think we're stupid, but we're not stupid anymore. Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Our canal is vital to our country. It's being operated by China. China. And we gave the Panama Canal to Panama. We didn't give it to China. And they've abused it. They've abused that gift. It should have never been made, by the way. It was, giving the Panama Canal is why Jimmy Carter lost the election, in my opinion. No.
Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And one thing about Trump, man, is that he goes off on so many tangents, man. It's hard to really get a coherent plan from him. The whole Mar-a-Lago speech was supposed to be about this $20 billion investment from this Emirate businessman. But he quickly went into Panama, Greenland, and all the other stuff we talked about. But as we also have spoken earlier in previous videos, Canada and Mexico are not playing that shit, with both of them having plenty to say about Trump and his antics. And I love how the Mexican president decided to call the United States Mexican America. But vague foreign policy aside, Trump and his minions have decided that they're going to attack California and his governor for the wildfires that are ravaging California right now.
Light.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay.
So Trump took to Truth Social today to criticize Gavin Newsom for his refusal to sign a water restoration declaration, and many of his followers decided to follow suit and do the same thing.
There's no surprise here that Donald Trump's response to these fires, which are still very out of control, is to blame the Democratic governor. We saw when he was in office the first time around, when there were fires, he blamed him for different aspects, or the other governor for different aspects, including not raking the forest and so forth. Can you just kind of, knowing a little bit about this, put into context, never mind the sort of the politics and the questions of the timing of it, but the substance of his accusation?
Yeah, so what he's talking about is an endangered fish that is at the center of a very long water war in California about how much water can flow out of the delta in Northern California and go to Southern California. Trying to explain water politics in California is almost impossible. It goes back generations, and this tiny smelt is part of it. I think that the larger issue here is that the future president is seemingly trying to start a feud with the governor of a state in the middle of a crisis.
It's safe to say we're dealing with an unhinged man here. And for the people who decided to vote for Donald Trump, I just asked one question, man. Did y'all vote for this?